Feel the power of the mantra. Om Namo Shiva. Acknowledge the blessing of being connected to everyone via this group. Acknowledge the privilege of connecting with another human being. During the times of COVID and warfare and this, we are all getting slowly more and more isolated. When we get isolated, we think more only of ourselves. And during the last few days, I met a lot of people who were very serious about enlightenment and healing, but were taking the ideas that were in their head very seriously. So they would say, oh, Tarun, you had the meditation and I felt this energy and that energy, and was it this and that? And I have to explain that energy comes and goes, and these ideas in your head, if the idea in our head is teaching us and taking us closer to other people by making ourselves less special, then it is spiritual training. If it is something that, oh, I feel this and I'm special, and most of the time people would be having this, really want to be the center of attraction or attention, it would be something, I want to learn this to become a teacher, which is okay. But you become a teacher by sharing love from the heart, sharing extra love that you have, that you achieve by having God in the center of your heart. Then love flows out from your heart to the palms of your hand, and you can share it with the people. If you get into any other technique, including energy, and you're working from yourself, gave my energy and this person gave me her energy and those things, you're very, very limited, because your ego is involved. Your ego is this sense of I, me, mine ideas. Whatever energy was there, it was my energy. These thoughts are my energy, my thought. Just because a thought, which is a very mystical process, is just a photograph which came up in the geographical location between your two ears. Just because a photograph was created between your two ears, don't take it too seriously. Don't take your thoughts, etc., too seriously. Only take the thoughts that make you closer to others. If the thought that you have is like, I will have this car and I will be then special, then it's a stupid thought. If the thought is, I will give to others, and by virtue of my giving, I will be more connected to others, then it is a spiritual thought. If you're taking an energy course, so many people are taking different courses, and if the course is making you feel very special, then it's not, your interpretation probably may be wrong. And if the course is making you humble and more connected and the heart more open at the end of the day, then it is the right one. Then it is spiritual. Very. And the one of the ways to see everyone as sharing the same is by seeing that everyone and everything constitutes of the 5 elements of earth, the heaviest one, the lowest part of your body; water, somewhat above, the parts where you go, where basically where the pee is, etc. And then above that, air, where your lungs are; fire, where the eyes are; and then above that, around the 7th chakra, is the area of the grace of God called ether. Not everyone explains it in this way, as I did. Some people explain it differently, but the basic is that you, by knowing this language, by knowing the 5 elements, come closer to everything and everyone. Om Namo. With closed eyes, see the lowest part of your body where the first energy center is as pure earth. That is your pure grounding. See that element in yourself and in everything and in everyone. The lowest part is earth, heavy, and earth can be touched. You can taste it. You can even hear it. You can sense it with your skin. All of your five senses, in fact, can work with the earth, and earth can be perceived by them. You can see it, smell it, touch it, taste it if you want to. So the earth is the lowest denominator, the most gross, I would say. It can be sensed by all the five senses. Again, the explanation that is through me is slightly different. Going above, see yourself and pacify the earth factor by offering oblations in your mind to the goddess mother earth, the one which supports everything and everyone. And that goddess, Dharti Ma we call it, but it is all Devi Ma. Devi means Divya, divine, divine mother. In its most grossest form, which has given you this body with all its five senses. You bow down to her in thoughts, and that balances the earth part of you, the lowest part of you, and all your thoughts are now grounded, knowing that you are an extension and earth is your body part. Om Namo Shivaya. Going above the earth is the watery area of your body. Now, body, you can touch, see, feel, smell. But water is not supposed to be tasteless. Pure water is supposed to be tasteless. And to resolve that, we bow down and say Om Namo Shivaya for the goddess of water, Ganga, the holy water flowing through the planet, enabling civilizations, enabling mankind to survive on the planet, enabling you to survive. Om Namo Shiva, and you offer it to the Mother Ganges, representing the whole of the divine pure water flowing through the earth, enabling life on the land. If there is no water, there would be no life. So you offer your prayers to Mother Ganges, representing the holy water, flexible. The earth is hard, the water is flexible, takes up any form that you pour it into. Your personality also becomes like that, flexible in these very challenging times. You are grounded onto this planet, but you are flexible in your approach. How you run and navigate through your life, you are flexible like the water. Om Namo Shivaya. Now you get to the region of the air. All the other qualities are there, but you can't see it. You can't taste it. but you can feel it, see it. And this fire is the fire of life in everything and everyone. It's the element of fire and the air together, because air and fire, they go together. So you have the air element around your lungs, which naturally you fill up with this. And air supports the fire. Fire, air, you can't even see it. You can't taste it. You can't touch it. And fire can only be felt and seen. So as we go up and up, earth, all five sensations. Water, tasteless, four. The wind or the air cannot even be seen further down, and then certainly cannot be tasted. And fire can be practically for up, can only be seen and felt, of course. And then you again have the ether, the grace of the God. No sense except a faith. For the ultimate, the grace of God, there is no sense. It's just faith. If you have faith, you will feel the grace of God, ether, flowing through you, flowing through everything, flowing through everyone. And this ether you can call prana. In Japanese, it will be Zen. In Chinese, it is Qi. And most of the martial arts are focused on invoking this invisible Qi inside you. But I'm talking about seeing it not only inside you, but in everything and everyone. I want each one of you to see the world with fire in your eye, third eye, with fire in your third eye, and see that the whole of the creation is bathed in an energy which is like a drizzle covering the whole universe, and certainly covering you in a very light energy stream, everything and everywhere. There is a rain of energy, or that thing, even that stone, will not be in existence. So first we study and see the five elements in the nature. Then we see it as a part of our body, grounding ourselves to the different, to the fire god is the sun god, the sun, the wind god is Varun god, also the lord of breathing, also the father of our Guru Hanuman. But all these connections are symbolical. The ultimate is that the real element which empowers everything and everyone, which connects all the creations, which connects all the Shivas, which connects all the Jesuses in all the creations, in all the dimensions, which connects all the Krishnas, all the Brahmas, the creators, all the Vishnus, all the Buddhas, all the Mohammeds, in all the different creations, etc. And you in all your different lives, there is a drizzle of pure divine energy flowing from the top like a shower. You see it with the third eye, you feel it with your faith. And this awareness is your achievement. This awareness that everything and everyone is connected by being of the five elements. And the fifth element, the grace of Lord, is everything and everywhere, empowering everything, giving the power to move, to be, is from this grace of God flowing through everything, everyone. And certainly, certainly, certainly through your magical life. So that you are also, in fact, you are the main creator, and the creator of all these dimensions is an extension of you. What does it matter? We are all connected to the creator. We are all empowered by the grace. When you are connected, what does it matter that the knife cut and fell upon it's on the watermelon, or watermelon fell on the knife? The result is the same. There is a connection, an opening, and nothing is random. There are people who wanted to be in this meditation, never could make it. I was in Vancouver and Montreal, and the people who are there in all the meetings were never able to make it. It takes, well, most of them are self-realized, so there's no point in meeting with anything or anyone when you're self-realized. But the point is that everything, whether it happens or it does not happen, is the grace flowing continually through everything and everyone. And it can be only seen when you have faith and you fire up your third eye. So the church candle in my hands represents the fire. And the fire of your third eye enables you to see the grace of the Lord in everything and everyone. In Ukraine, people are fighting, and you see the grace over there, because everything may not have been created, but it was created. You'd see the struggle over there, but all of evolution is a struggle. You see sadness, but it is necessary gain for other people to be able to value their joyous life, especially for you. You are in North America, you're not in Ukraine. So if you have to give gratitude, you have to send gratitude and blessings to Ukraine and all the people over there unconditionally. It's a conflict zone. A lot of Russians have died over out there, especially soldiers who were, I'm told that they were not even like hardcore soldiers. They were just picked up and conscripted and sent over out there. And they were inexperienced and they died. So there are tragedies all around. But out of this tragedy, people are going to be getting, a lot of people are going to be getting a better lifestyle. 4 million have moved out of Ukraine. I was in Ukraine 6 months ago. It was impossible. Kyiv is beautiful. The people are really good. The food is awesome. It's very like biologically food. They don't have the same level of fertilizers here and there. But there were no jobs. It was a desperation. You need to know someone to get a job. It's just the way the things were. Beautiful place, but no jobs for anyone, and very difficult to make some business. So out of this, all this horror which is happening right now, at least 4 million have been uprooted. And yes, the first generation will have a tougher time, but their children will be growing up in Sweden, Germany, some even in Canada, and they will have better lives and more opportunities than they would have had in Ukraine. And Ukraine also, within 2 years, things will change. So out of all this pain everywhere, there is an evolution. And we thank the people undergoing pain or who have sacrificed so that we can be more thankful for the grace which is everywhere, in everything and everywhere. Grace is happening even when, even death is a grace. You have to be very, very unconditional about it. Because I had to comfort a woman who had lost a child, and I had to say that the child, and it was true, that the child is still with you, but just not in the way that you expect. Without the body, the child is still with you. So you have to see, and the child was happier also, incidentally, because it's very tough being a North American teenager. So we have to bless them also. Very difficult for them. Very, very difficult for North American teenagers right now. For everyone, for everyone. So we are going to be doing the Mahamrityunjay for everyone. And you will acknowledge the grace of the Lord in everything, everyone, so that you become unconditional, so that you don't become skeptical, you don't become closed, you don't become cynical. Oh, all the same, there is war over out there and this and that. Anything that closes you is not the right thing. Anything that opens you and brings you closer to others, enables you to provide service to them of love, light, and laughter. And that is the spiritual training, because the ultimate connectivity that we have is from our hearts at a spiritual level. Because at a level of grace, it is the Godhead, it is beyond even God, from where the grace is coming. Even gods have been created or have their origin. So grace comes from a place even beyond God, that even our mind cannot even understand or even can think about. Our mind stops at a God. But gods also are created. So from that uncreated, unconditional, eternal, and infinite source of love, imbibe the grace, see it with your faith. And by seeing it with your faith, you become one with the eternal stream of divine love flowing through everything and everyone. Everything is related to you. The stones on the planet related to you. The trees in the planet, definitely so. All the people in the planet dying and in conflict related to you. So we pray for everything and everyone. But we don't pray for ourselves, because we have an attitude, we have a personality that takes us away and creates a difference between us and the others. That's why a lot of people who study a lot, they start thinking, oh, this is my specialty. Now I know the healing art. Now I'm a healing master. And the moment you call yourself a healing master, energy master, or some master like that, means you're putting yourself above the others, and your powers have just gone down, because you have been removed in your connectivity. The closer you are to everything and everyone, like Saint Assisi was deeply connected with all the animals. At that time, animals weren't so much of an vanishing species, and there wasn't a lot of awareness about them. But people could see that the point was that he loved everything and everyone. So, with the third eye, see the infinity which connects you and everything and everyone, and let go of anything that you think is you. Your ideas between your ears, your attitude, you think this is right, your judgments, your life stories, your photographs of the mind. Remove them all by seeing yourself as connected, and therefore either you are an extension of the infinite, or the infinite is an extension of you. When you are awakened like the Buddha, Even the infinity which has created will become an extension of you. So create that connection by feeling the power of the Mahamrityunjaya mantra that was given by Shiva to mankind to go beyond all limitations, not only death. Feel the mantra flow through you, making you totally invisible, transparent, except for the shining golden heart. And in some cases, the shining golden third eye, the knowledge that makes you see yourself in everything and everyone and see everything and everyone in you. That divine knowledge or clarity. You already have the knowledge. That clarity, see it with the third eye or see everything in your heart, your choice. But the mantra, just let it flow through you, enabling either one of these two or both of. Oh, redirecting it to the people in the conflict zone, redirecting it to the people who are sick and sad all over the world, especially the youth and the people who feel they are hopeless, basically sadness leading to hopelessness. Om Trambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardanam Urvaruknan Nityormukshemamrita. 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 Om Trambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardanam उर्वारुक्नान्वितेर्मुक्ष्यममृतात् ॐ त्र्यम्बकयजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् 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 उर्वारुक्नान्वितेर्मुक्ष्यममृतात् Om Tringayadame Sugandhim Pushtivardanam Uraraknam Nitirmukshim Amratat. 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 Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I want everyone to open their eyes and look at the video if you can. I'm pressing my palms, so it's a namaste. But now when I will do this prayer, this mantra, the attitude is that I'm asking with my head bowed down for this clarity, which will be free me from the heaviness of my personality, which means my attitude, my thoughts. So I want this divine grace, the fifth element, to be flowing, to be given to me, or rather for me to become aware of it. You're going to be holding your palms together, head bowed down, and you're going to be asking the Guru Hanuman, Om Namo Guru Hanumate, Om Namo Guru Hanumate. May I get the clarity about the divine grace flowing through everything and everyone. Om Guru Hanumate, Om Namo Guru Hanumate, Om Namo Guru Hanumate, Om Namo Guru Hanumate, Om Namo Guru Hanumate. And now open your palms so that they are facing you and receive as a beggar receives food. Your soul has got to be hungry to be receiving this divine. And feel it. Om Triambakam Yajamai. Hands as if you are asking for alms, as if you are begging the universe. Your attitude has got to be zero you. Om Triambakam Yajamai. Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Marvaraknam Nityur Mokshim Amrata. Ask for the gift of this as a beggar does, without any attitude. Om Triambakam Yajamai Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvaruknan Nityur Mokshim Amrata. Om Triambakam Yajamai Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvaruknan Nityur Mokshim Amrata. Ask and you are being given this clarity. Feel it flowing, washing your head of all wrong ideas. Your ego is very important when you use it to see God. And your ego should be zero importance when you are learning something that is creating in your mind's eye a difference between you and the others. Om Namo Shivaya. Om Namo Shivaya. Om Namo Shivaya. So we are going to be blessing And we will feel the grace flowing through our heart to everyone in the group. Om Trambakam Yajame Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvaruknan Mrityurmukshema Sashantimur Om Trambakam Yajame Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvaruknan Mrityurmukshema Amrata Bhyami Om Trambakam Yajame Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvaruknan Mrityurmukshema Amrata Jenya Om Trambakam Yajame Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvaruknan Mrityurmukshema Amrata Galia and her relatives. Om Trambakam Yajame Sugandhim Pushtiyordanam Urvaruknan Mrityurmukshema Amratat Irina Om Trambakam Yajame Sugandhim Pushtiyordanam Urvaruknan Mrityurmukshema Amratat Irina Om Trambakam Yajame Sugandhim Pushtiyordanam Urvaruknan Mrityurmukshema Amratat Jean and family. Om Trambakam Yajame Sugandhim Pushtiyordanam Urvaruknan Mrityurmukshema Amratat cat. Om Trambakam Yajame Sugandhim Pushtiyordanam Urvaruknan Mrityurmukshema Amratat Larisa. Om Trambakam Yajame Sugandhim Pushtiyordanam Urvaruknan Mrityurmukshema Amratat Marina. Om Trambakam Yajame Sugandhim Pushtiyordanam Urvaruknan Mrityurmukshema Amratat Priti. Om Trambakam Yajame Sugandhim Pushtiyordanam Urvaruknan Mrityurmukshema Amratat Trita. Sweta and health. Om Trambakam Yajame Sugandhim Pushtiyordanam Urvaruknan Mrityurmukshema Amrat and heart. So that the heart is shining forever. Om Trambakam Yajame Sugandhim Pushtiyordanam Urvaruknan Mrityurmukshema Amrata Tammy and son. Om Trambakam Yajame and husband. Om Trambakam Yajame Sugandhim Pushtiyordanam Urvaruknan Mrityurmukshema Amratat. Om Shanti 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 Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti. All this knowledge, it's very, very sacred knowledge. So it is not meant that everyone can just join it. So if you are able to participate in it, you have been blessed and you have reached a stage of evolution where you can accept this teaching and make it a part of you. Otherwise, there are people who are always trying, but they will never get. It's like the universe knows exactly who can participate and where participate. There's no coincidences and nothing random on the planet. Om Namah Shiva, Om Namah Shiva, Om Namah Shiva. Om